Welcome to August. Now, last month we started talking about budgeting. So, there are really three things you can do with money, right? You can spend it, you can save it, or you can give it away. So, let's talk about the most important one first. Let's talk about giving. Now, when we're stewards, we understand that none of this that we have, that we've been given, is ours. So that's why it's the most important thing to talk about, and that is, what do we want to give back to God and say thanks? So with that in mind, we think about Cain and Abel, right? We've talked about them in the past. Abel brought a gift that the Lord accepted and was pleased with, and that's because when Abel decided what gift to give, he gave his first fruits. He gave the best that he had back to God. Cain didn't do that. Cain more or less went out to his flock, said, I'll go with this, this, and this, gave it to the Lord, didn't give any thought through it, and it wasn't his first gifts. So that's why giving has to be the first thing that we talk about when we're budgeting. Now, when we're talking about giving, we know that we're no longer under the law. So some people, when they sit down and they say, they think about giving, they say, okay, what's 10% of what I make? And that's where they start. Now, by not being under the law, we've talked about this in the past too, that God wants us to give. He wants us to give joyously. He wants us to give so it hurts a little bit, and he wants us to give regularly. So that's the first thing we have to do. We have to think about numbers, and we have to think about what we can give joyously, what we can give sacrificially, and what we can do regularly. So that's where we start. So when it comes to budgeting, we need to sit down and do that first.